Hi, hello, my name is Savannah and welcome back to my channel. I recorded this entire thing 2 days ago, and when I went to upload it, it only uploaded like half of it. I don't know what was wrong with it. There was something wrong. Like I filmed an hour-long video, and it would only upload like 40 minutes of it. Like, I just don't know what was wrong with the file, but we're going to try again before it's too late, and we're halfway through August, and yeah. Honestly, I just didn't want to refilm this, but I have to, again, because I have finishes and I have things that are going to be done soon, and so things are a little different. One of my projects is a little different than it was 2 days ago, but anyways, let us carry on. So I apologize for the glare in my glasses. These are new. I ordered like 2 pairs of glasses from Firmoo recently, and I forgot to get the anti-glare coating, and so they definitely reflect. But I did notice that I got matching glasses to my mother, and this picture was taken of her in 1987. So this frame style is definitely coming back in style. Anyways, let's carry on. Let's try to make this not an hour long, which I think I can do. I do have a finish. I have 2 finishes, and I turned it out of the frame, unfortunately. Let's turn it back just a little bit for right now. So I finished a sewing project and a knitting project. I'll get up and show you the knitted project on my body in just a second, but the sewn project is the Orchard dress by Helen's Closet. It is a free pattern, and it was a very simple sewing project. It is a dress with spaghetti straps, so I see that. Yep, it was super easy. So I printed, taped the pattern together, cut the pattern out, cut the fabric out, and sewed it all in just like probably 3 or 4 hours. It was very quick, and it was very easy, and it was very nice. I did lengthen it about, I did lengthen it about 3 inches, just because I do prefer my maxi dresses to be a little bit longer. I am only 5'6", but I have what I think I have long legs. When I buy pants or make pants, I do look for inseams that are roughly around between 29 and 31 inches. So I do think I have longer legs. Anyway, so it also has pockets, inseam pockets. I'm not going to try it on for you, sorry. But yeah, it's a cute little dress. It'll be great for over t-shirts and with sweaters and all that other jazz. So I like that. Oh, it's also a bonus of filming this again if my microphone is working. I was not careful last time, and I kept bonking the microphone, and it was just really annoying to listen to. So maybe we will have a better time. Okay, let me show you the finished knitting project. This is the Chic cardigan by Ruke Knit. I made it for her challenge in July. It was a 30-day knitting project to finish this in 30 days. And I managed, I think, with like 3 days left. And then she was doing a thing where if you finished within that time period, she'd pick 5 winners to win 2 kilograms of her yarn. And I was one of the lucky ones chosen. So I'm very, very grateful. That yarn, I believe, is on its way from Lithuania, which is pretty cool. So we will see. Okay, so I'm going to remove this and put that back on. Okay, I will try to go through this kind of quickly. So this is a paneled pieced knitting project that was very interesting to make. So you start with the seed stitch panel, which I believe I showed in my last video, you do that all the way across, and then you do the back panel from wrist to wrist, and then you do the 2 front panels. So technically with the pattern, the thing that I changed is you're supposed to actually start with the ribbing on each panel and then all the way across, you know, do the thing. I did provisional cast-ons because I didn't know how long I was going to need my ribbing to be. So provisional cast-ons for each piece, plus I didn't want to do seaming through the ribbing. So that's what I did there. I think that's the only modification I made to this. But yes, so you seam it along that bit. I thought it was going to be mattress stitch, but it was not. It was more like a backwards running stitch, which took me a hot minute. Took me a hot minute to get through or get the hang of. But once I did, it was very easy to do and nice and almost therapeutic type. You know, you're just going to, and then that way I was able to control. This one doesn't look as good. I don't know why. It could just be me, but sorry. I was able to control, even though these panels between the slanted cables and the seed stitch, they have the same amount of rows, but because the texture is different, my gauge was a little bit different. So the seed stitch was a little bit shorter. It felt shorter, but with the way that the seaming happened, I was able to control it, and I didn't have any like bunching or, oops, sorry, I bonked that. No bunching, everything turned out really well. So once that was done, I went ahead and picked up all the way around and knit my cuffs, which they are a little bit shorter than that was originally called for, just because after all that's said and done, it seems they're like the perfect length. And then you pick up the, oops, backwards. You pick up the ribbing on the bottom, and then you do the double knit button band, which was a little bit different than what I'm normally used to for a knitted, double knitted button band. But typically you would, for most knitted button bands, you pick up all the stitches, which didn't bother me because technically these 2 front panels were live stitches already. So the only stitches I really need to pick up was along the seed stitch panel, because again these were live stitches, so that was nice. But normally you would pick up, or you would start your knitted or double knitted button band on the right front and then go up and around and come down the left side. But this one was going up the left side and coming down the right side, so technically it is reversed. So you get a little ridge on the outside that's typically on the inside. I don't hate it. It's very nice, and I was able to get it done pretty quickly. Yeah, the yarn that I used for this is Knit Picks Oceana in the Sea Lettuce colorway. I originally purchased 14 balls of this yarn when I was doing the math to convert what the designer used and what I could potentially use. And I definitely overestimated. I have 4 balls left. So I do have those 4 balls available for purchase on my Etsy and my Ravelry, if you are interested in it. It's like a blown yarn. It's alpaca and polyester, but the polyester is made of marine plastics, so it's called Sequal. So it's a recycled, you know, marine plastics type polyester. But it's very nice. It's very soft, very warm. Does shed though, so there is that. But it is a very lovely. I just really like this color. It's very very cute. Anyway, so that's this sweater, which I think I'll probably just leave on for now because it's not a big deal. what else? So when I filmed this video, oh, this one. When I filmed this video yesterday, I was going to say after I was done talking, I kind of ran out of, or showing what I was working on, I kind of ran out of what to say, but hopefully this time I won't. Okay, so after I finished this, I had a test knit that I needed to do, and I know that I mentioned it in my last video, but I was waiting on the yarn to come in. Well, the yarn came in, and I need to stand up so you can see it. I've knit almost the entire sweater. So when I filmed this the other day, I think I did not have the second sleeve 2 days ago. So I filmed this on July 31st, and my goal that day was actually to finish the sweater. Even though I still have the entire month of August, I have the entire month of August to finish this sweater, but I just want it done and off the needle so that I can focus on other things. So, yeah, this has gone very quickly. And the reason for that is because my gauge was so tight that I had to actually go up 2 needle sizes. So I'm knitting this on a US 9, which is a 5.5 millimeter needle. But yeah, so when I initially recorded this video, I didn't have this second sleeve. Oh, that's the first sleeve. I think I was finished with the first sleeve, but I didn't have the second sleeve finished. You know what? I was working on the cuff. So I was working on the cuff. I had like 2 more inches on the cuff to knit, and then I had the whole second sleeve to do. And I was telling you guys in the video that got deleted, did not work, but I really wanted to try to get it finished that day. But I also had errands to run that day. So after I filmed the video, I went and done the errands, which ended up taking an extra hour longer than I had expected. So I did not get to finish. I did get about half of the sleeve finished on that day. I'm going to finish the sleeve today, I'm hoping. Praying. I have 1 more repeat to do, and then the cuff. That's it. So I'm hoping to finish it today, and then yeah, so if I didn't finish it July 31st, the second soft goal was finish it this weekend, which will happen. It is all 5 o'clock right now in the evening, so I only have a few more hours to go, but I do believe it is achievable for me. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and try this on for you so you can see how it is fitting, and I'll tell you more information about it because I realized I didn't tell you the name of it. Okay, so in the last video, this is where I bonked this microphone so much, so let's hope I don't do the same. So this is I believe it's pronounced Gridr. I'm not saying the accent correctly, but it is grid in Norwegian. And I am test knitting this for the company / designer Pickles. So it definitely needs a hard blocking. Not really a hard blocking, it just needs to be blocked. But anyways, so this is what it's looking like. Just a little bit more to go on this sleeve. My modifications are only that I shorten the body and the arms just because of my gauge. Again, I had to go up 2 needle sizes to match gauge. And so obviously my row gauge probably changed, which meant I could shorten everything. So these are my high hips right here. So this is really good length, as is. And then the sleeves, I believe anywhere from 1 inch to 2 inches I shortened it. 1 or 2 repeats. Just because I was worried that if I did it the way it was called for, it would be way too long, and then blocking is probably going to grow a bit as well. So I'm making the size large, and the yarn for this is Pickles. Shoot. Oop, upside down. This is the yarn, the black yarn. It is I believe it's worsted weight. It is like one of those single ply yarns. That's two plies. That's one strand. It's a single plied, lightly spun yarn, super soft, super fluffy. Definitely something that is going to pill. It's, you know, inevitable. And then the white yarn, oh, I should tell you this. This is in the Nata colorway, which is just their black color. And then the white yarn is 2 strands of their soft fuzz, which is an alpaca and wool blend, in the white color. It's called Like a Virgin. So you hold 2 strands of that together. I bought 6 balls of each. I am not going to need the 6th ball of the black. I actually just caked up ball 5 and it's still almost fully intact. So again, this is the large size, so you're not going to need too much of the black. Oh my god, there's something in my eye. Anyways, so I just want to show you. So I did mention before that I think this could have honestly stopped here, like could have split the sleeves up there and even like removed. I don't know if it would have been too tight removing. I don't know. It's just a little awkward, I think, looking. I don't know. It is a deeper yoke for sure, but it is meant to be oversized. I did choose a size to be oversized, but yeah, I still have to sew the collar down because I'm just lazy like that, and just, oh, I also did shorten the ribbing a little on all the pieces because ribbing is boring to me after a while. So again, though, I do think the length is working well for me, so not too worried about it. I do think I'm going to do a fun little accent. I'm thinking it'd be really, really fun to color in one of the squares, rectangles, with a fun color. I'm thinking, let's turn this way. I'm thinking like somewhere down here, just one of the blocks in the back, just for funsies. And I'm thinking of using the green that I used for the Chic cardigan, just some scraps, and filling it in with duplicate stitch. Like, I'll fill it in all the way. Like, this was just my little test. The only one out of this test I really like is the green, but I'm also thinking this could be a lot of fun. So this is blowing out quite a bit, but it is a neon orange, like safety orange color. Like, this is blowing out. It looks red on the screen to me, but it is orange, safety orange. Yeah, there's no getting it to be the right color. Maybe closer? Nope. No. But I think this could be a really fun, like, pop. I didn't want to put it up here on my chest just because it would look to me like a logo. I didn't want to put it on the bottom either. On the sleeves, I think would be highly distracting. So I'm thinking lower back would be fun. Just pop a square of color in there. We'll see. But yeah, that'll come after. I'm thinking I'll do it after I block this sweater. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And then I think that's it that I wanted to say about this. Okay. Fortunately, that will not be talked about, but it is the Amy top. I'm just on the body, so nothing too crazy. Sorry. I actually have that down in my purse because I took it to work the other day. Yes, work has started again. School is almost back in session. I got to meet a couple of kinders yesterday, so that was fun. Anyways, let's get this. I was going through the things that I have, and I forgot that I had this. And oh, I don't know why I put this back on. I was going to try, or I tried this on for you guys in the last video. I don't think I'm going to do it this time. I have the body completely finished. Oh, it's raining. It's raining in. Okay. So I just have the sleeves left on this, and I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure if I should do the sleeves or if I should just rip it all the way out. I'm thinking maybe I should just do the sleeves and see, but even if I didn't want this, the thing is I don't want to get rid of the yarn. I would want to keep this yarn. This is Lion Brand's Fisherman's Wool in the birch tweed colorway. I really, really love this yarn. This stuff is really hard wearing and it's so soft when you wear it a whole bunch of times. It's warm. I really like this yarn. And I do kind of have like plans for the scraps if I have enough scraps. Sorry, I have to make sure it's not raining into that window. I always try to keep windows open even if it's raining, but shut the ones where the rain is actually coming in. And it keeps sounding like it's coming in, but it's not. Anyway, so I don't know what to do with this. I'm thinking I should do the sleeves and see if I like it. But maybe I should try it on for you guys so you can see, you can comment. Okay, so this is what it's looking like right now. Like there's nothing else I need to do to this neck. It's meant to be like this, but I'm not sure if I like this. So right now, this is what I do. As you can see, it's this fun opening flap type deal. The way AegyoKnits, so this is the Umma sweater by AegyoKnits. So she has hers tucked into a pair of like beautiful trousers, like linen trousers. So this is not terrible if you do that. It looks funky if you don't. So there's this, and then adding, they're just big wide sleeves. I don't know if there's any decreases in them, so I don't know. I think I should give it a chance because I might actually like it if I did add the sleeves and properly style it for work. Like I might need to make myself a pair of dark brown trousers to go with this. I do not have dark brown trousers. I do believe I shortened the body just a little bit, but I don't know if I fully blocked this. I do think I did though. I think I fully blocked this already. So anyway, so this is what we're looking at right now. It is definitely hard to make a decision. I think I should just put the sleeves on it and call it good. So after the Gridr is finished, I think this is going to be my next focus. Get these sleeves on because it's just sleeves. It's not that big of a deal. Should be pretty quick, just like a week if I take it slow. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so I'm just going to leave this on for the rest of the time because I don't want to have to take it off again and risk more noise with the microphone. So I talked about the Amy sweater already, or Amy top already. So that one, I'm not 100% sure about that one too. I think it just needs really good steam blocking, just because the yarn is a cotton linen blend, and it just looks like hot trash to me right now. So I will finish it, and then do all the finishing, like finishing stuff where you weave in all the ends and blocking and stuff like that, and then determine if I want to keep it from there. Do you need something, honey? Are you sure? Okay. I'll be done soon. Other than that, I haven't worked on anything else. It seems to me, well, when I look back at all the things that I've been working on and finishing lately, this will be number 4, but the last 4 things I will finish are all deadline knitting. So I finished a pair of socks that had a deadline. I finished the Chic cardigan that had a deadline. I finished a test knit, the skirt for Kutavikika. That was deadline knitting. And then I have this one, which is deadline knitting as well. So it was a lot of deadline knitting. So I'm kind of excited to go back to like kind of knitting for myself kind of thing. But I am also worried that without having deadlines, they won't get finished and I will just cast on more and more things. So let's hope for the best. So honestly, the last few things I have on my needles are kind of like random. I have a pair of socks that I would like to finish, but this is all that I have. This is the Oxna socks by Summerlee Designs. It is an all over textured pattern, so I need to focus, and that's why it hasn't gotten any further. It's not like I can take it with me to like waiting rooms or events or anything like that, because I need to be looking at I don't know if she has it charted or just written out, but either way, I need to look at the pattern. So I think once, things chill out with deadline stuff, I can probably get back to this. This one needs to get put in a bag because I think I'm just going to pause on this one. This is the Codie swim cover by I don't remember who. Oh, shoot. I'm not talking about yarns. I am so sorry. Quickly touch on this. This yarn is Lang Yarns Jewel Superwash. I've heard of people talk about this and wanted to try it out. So I got it in this beautiful color. It's either color number 83 or 210. I can't remember which one. It is absolutely beautiful cobalt blue. So I'm excited to have these as a pair of socks. The yarn is fun because it comes with this in the middle for holding double on the heels and toes. So yeah, this is only 50 grams though, and I only bought one. I don't know if this is enough for a pair of socks for me. Usually when I would hand knit a pair of socks, like usually vanilla socks, I could get away with 50 grams. But this is a textured pattern, so I don't know. I'm hoping. But I got it from Wool & Co, so that should be pretty easy to obtain a second skein if needed. All right, sorry. Let's go back to this now. The swim cover, I can't remember the designer. It is a free pattern if you follow the blog. I know I talked about this before and I was worried about it being too small. And my idea was to pause, knit the back panel, which is the exact same as the front panel, connect it at the shoulders, maybe connect it right here a little bit, and then see if it'll fit. I'm trying not to block the microphone or bonk it, but see if it'll fit. But again, it's the end of the summer for me. Work starts back up next week, like fully starts back up next week. So it's not like I'm going to the pool or anything. So I think I should just pack this one up and away. So I'm using 24/7 cotton by, is it Lion Brand? Yes, Lion Brand in the Ecru colorway. It's this cute, just swim cover, long, maxi length swim cover. So I'm just a little worried about the size. If maybe I should have gone to a large size. It's just, I don't understand how to read gauge in crochet for a garment. So yes. I do have another pair of socks, but I have to rip them out and restart them because they have color work around the cuff and it was too tight. I couldn't get it over my foot. So I believe I tried starting them. Oh gosh, I don't even know if it was beginning of this year or the end of last year. Either way, it was beginning of last year, I think, or sometime last year, 2024. So that's just something that I have on my desk because I do want the pair of socks, so I just need to get to them. And then lastly is the Diana sweater, which I have not touched at all in a while. This is something I want to get back to. A Diana sweater is a Diana black sheep sweater. It is a vintage pattern. It is based off of a sweater that Princess Diana wore at some point or other. It's all over color work with sheep. And then one of those sheep is a little black sheep. It is knit on a very small gauge. The ribbing is done on a US 1, 2.25. And then the body is knit on a 2.5 or a 3 millimeter needle. All over, I am out of frame, sorry. All over color work. I'm trying to do this as, it's actually a paneled knit, and I am decided to do it in the round like a lot of other people have. And I am trying ladder back jacquard. which I'm not a big fan of, but it does help because there are some bigger float areas, and I'm not one to catch my floats anymore because I do not like the look that I get. The yarn that I am using is Holskarn Super Soft. The red is the Carmine colorway and the white is the Ecru colorway. And then I have black on a cone as well. So yeah, I want to get back to that. That is I'm considering that one like an intense knitting piece. So I have a bunch of other intense knitting pieces that I want to start, but I'm just like, how many intense knitting pieces do I want to have on the needles at one time? So we're going to move on to yarn stash. So I am a KnitPicks ambassador, which means that all I have to do is post certain things on my Instagram and then submit those posts at the end of each month, and then I receive a code to redeem for yarn from KnitPicks. I also have a code myself that I can offer to you to get an extra 15% off your orders. That is in the description in this video. You can use it whenever you want, how many times you want. I don't get a kickback from that. That's just for you. Anyway, so I made enough points in June. Yes, I made enough points in June to order. So this is the, what is this? The Bubbly Boucle. This is the Bubbly Boucle. I got the Bear colorway and then I dyed it myself. So this is 82% super fine alpaca and 13% merino, 5% nylon. I want to make the Winter Chunky Jacket by Gray Level Knitter. This is an intense knit. It is all over double knit, also color work. So double knitting and color work. Something I mean, other than a button band, I've never done double knitting. And then trying to manage color work using boucle, and then here's the kicker. I'm going to have to hold this double, each of these double, because it calls for a chunky boucle, and these are sport weight boucles. I'm going to hold them double and hope for the best. I do need to swatch still, but that is the goal. So I dyed 5 skeins in this. Gosh darn, it is. So I wanted this to be black, but this did not turn out black. I dyed it 2 separate times trying to get black. I'm half tempted to dye it a 3rd time, but I'm a little nervous because it appears that the second dye job felted it a little bit. So I'm a little nervous to try again and potentially ruin the yarn. So I think I'm going to swatch first before I think of that. And then I dyed 5 of these in like a light beige color. So the interior of the jacket will be black, gray, and then the exterior will be this, and then I can reverse it if I want to. So yeah, that will be a highly intense knit. The pattern looks very well written though, so, and there's video links, so I'm hoping for the best and that it won't be too difficult. I also noticed that Tribe Yarns, which is a yarn company, I think over in the UK, they actually have it's not a class, but it's a knit along, but it's like all video and Zoom. Like, I believe all the Zoom stuff is over, but you still have access to like the recorded stuff to help you knit this jacket, but it's $130. I don't know if I want to do that. Maybe I'll try it on my own first, and then if I get stuck, but again, it's $130 for a support system. I don't know. But it's a really, really cute jacket. I really, really love it, and I would really love to have it. So there's that. And then I was thinking, okay, well, while there's still 2 months, I have all of August, all of September that are going to be hot here. I do think that maybe I should start my Christmas sweaters. Yes, 2 Christmas sweaters. So I have this yarn that I want to make the Ester sweater by, is it Skappel? I don't know how to pronounce it, but I mean, I'll be throwing pictures up and stuff. It's an all over color work. I'm not sure, I haven't looked too deep into the pattern, but it could be bottom up. So all over color work here. And then I have this yarn to make my Christmas sweater, which is the sand sweater by AegyoKnits. I do need to do a swatch because I'm not sure if I need to hold mohair with this or not. But this is all Plotalopi. Oh! The wind's picking up, so you're probably going to hear noises back there. But anyway, so I have this Plotalopi plates to make the sand sweater, and it's only a colorwork yoke sweater, so not too intense. But again, I need to figure out if I need to hold mohair with this, because I know somebody who did it in this color way held it mohair with it too. So those are kind of what I'm looking forward to, but I don't know exactly how it's all going to work out, considering once I do start working full time again, my knitting time drops drastically. So yeah. That's why it'd be so great if I could get the Gridr finished this evening and get these sleeves going, because I have about 5 more days of free time, and then it will just be, I can kind of get the little things done and flow into what I want to do next, like big wise. So yeah, I think that's it. That's it for the knitting and crafting wise. I am going to be making a pair of jeans here soon. I'm going to try my luck with the Just My Luck jeans by Forest and Thread. These are a barrel leg jean, and I haven't been like really interested in the barrel leg style, but I was at H&M the other day and decided to try a pair on while there just to see. And the pair that I tried on there were actually quite nice. Like the denim was really, really comfortable, and it looked kind of cute because I also had my clogs on that day. So I was just like, maybe I could get away with these. So I have some, like, I think it's denim, but it's gray instead of like a, denim color. I think I'm going to try that this week too, but we'll see. All right, so a quick life update. Other than work is starting back up, and I have been to work a couple of days this past week. I did want to give you a little bit of an update of what I have been going through this past month. All good things in my opinion, and maybe TMI for you, but I am more than happy to share just because I feel good about it. July 1st, I had surgery to remove my tubes. I finally I was confident enough to ask my doctor to have my tubes removed. And I was very shocked at how quick I was approved to just, get the surgery. Like, I went in to just discuss it, and then I had to have a referral, managed to get an appointment, like, I don't know if it was a week later with an OBGYN, even though there's like a wait list for like 6 to 8 months. I was able to get in, have a talk with the doctor. And then, they're like, oh yeah, you seem like a great candidate. It's fine. No problem. They'll call you when they, they're like, they'll want to verify with your insurance, and then they'll call you to set up an appointment. They called me the very next day, and they're like, hey, July 1st work for you? And I'm like, yep. And that was like 2 weeks later from that phone call. 2 weeks later, I was in surgery. So the surgery went really well. Went in the morning. I was home by like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I have a couple incisions in my belly. Nothing crazy. Everything's healed. I'm great. Fine. I was I was like 100% by day 5 after the surgery, and mostly the healing process. The most uncomfortable bit of it all was being inflated with air. So they inflate you just to make sure you don't get nicked, you know, so they don't nick you while they're doing the surgery, like any other organs. But that air can travel. They say it usually travels to your shoulders. So your shoulders are pretty sore. It also like got trapped in my chest cavity, so it felt like my lungs and my heart were being squeezed occasionally. It was like having shortness of breath. It just felt like I was super gassy. It was a bit uncomfortable, but like I was super bloated. But by day 5, that was all gone. So I was like, heck yeah. I had to keep reminding myself that I was still on weight restrictions for another like whole week. So, but other than that, I felt great. And then on last Wednesday, the 30th, I had my very first mammogram. That was a fun time. Everything's great, results are great, but the only reason why I think it's crazy to announce that is because it makes me feel like I've finally hit middle-aged. I am an official middle-aged woman, even though I don't feel like it half the time. But yeah, achievement unlocked. Woo-hoo! Anyways, so I mean, apart from those two, my son has had a couple of um, specialist appointments, which I won't go into that detail because that's his thing. But a couple of visits there. And then there's some few other things, but other than that, it feels like it was a very busy, fast month of July, which was not fun. June went by nice and slow, and then July is like, hey, bye, see you later. So yeah. Anyways, that's all that I had to talk about. And so I'm gonna go, and hopefully this video will upload. All right. Bye, guys.